Hey everyone, ever stop and think about the invisible web that connects, well, everything? I mean, from the phone in your pocket to that video call with someone on the other side of the world, it's all powered by networks. So today, we're going to pull back that curtain and take a look at this invisible world that we all live in.
Seriously, just for a second, think about it. You've got your phone, right? Maybe a laptop, a smartwatch, some wireless headphones. You are connected to way more networks than you probably think. So let's actually break down what that even means.
You know, at its heart, a network is just a team of devices working together. That's it. It's your phone talking to your TV or your computer sending a document over to the printer. All these little connections are just small-scale networks, and they're all designed to share stuff and make our lives just a little bit easier.
Okay, let's start super close to home. I'm talking about the networks that create your own personal tech bubble. The connections happening right now in your room, your house, or maybe your office.
First up, you've got this guy, the modem. Think of it as the front door to the internet for your entire home. It takes the signal coming from outside and translates it into something all your devices can understand. It's really that simple. No modem, no connection to the outside world. It's your digital gateway.
Now, if the modem is the front door, the router is the traffic cop standing just inside. It takes that one single internet connection and starts directing all the traffic. It says, okay, this goes to the laptop, that goes to the phone, this bit goes to the smart TV. It's what creates your own private, local network right there in your home.
So these local networks have two main flavors. On one side, you've got the client-server model. This is like a restaurant, right? You, the client, make a request, and a central server brings you what you asked for. But on the other side, you've got peer-to-peer. That's more like a potluck dinner. Everybody brings something to the table, and everyone shares directly with each other, no central server needed. Okay, so we've got our little personal bubble sorted, but how does your home network talk to, the rest of the planet? This is where we zoom out and see how all these tiny networks connect to become the massive global internet.
This image does a great job of showing how it's all built in layers. Right at the bottom, you have your personal area network, or PAN. That's for super short-range stuff, like your Bluetooth headphones. One step up is the local area network, the LAN. That's your home Wi-Fi. Go bigger, and you get a metropolitan area network, a MAN, which might connect a whole university campus across a city. And then, all of those plug into the big one, the wide area network, the WAN. And that, my friends, is what we call the Internet.
So how in the world do billions of different devices all manage to talk to each other? Well, the answer is protocols. They're basically the shared rules of the road. For instance, Ethernet is the protocol for those fast, stable, wired connections. Wi-Fi handles all our wireless traffic inside a building. And Bluetooth? That's the protocol designed for low-power, short-range connections. They're all speaking different languages for different jobs, but they're all following a set of rules.
Now that we see just how connected we are, I mean, literally from our pocket to the entire planet, we've got to ask a really important question. How do we keep all this safe?
Because with all this connection comes risk. You've got piggybacking, which is just a fancy way of saying your neighbor is using your Wi-Fi without asking. Then there's malware, nasty software that wants to steal your info, and packet sniffing. That's basically digital eavesdropping, where someone tries to listen in on your unencrypted data. We have to guard against all of this stuff.
But here's the good news. The basics of network security are actually pretty simple. First, make sure you're using WPA2 or, even better, WPA3 encryption. This just scrambles your data so nobody else can read it. Second, and this is a big one, always change the default network name and password that came with your router. Those defaults are public knowledge. And third, use a strong passphrase. Think a whole sentence, not just a word, to make it super tough to crack.
Okay, so your network is secure. Awesome. But what happens when the internet just stops? We've all been there. So let's run through a quick and easy troubleshooting guide for when things go wrong.
So before you spend an hour on the phone with tech support, just try these 3 things. First, just double-check that all your cables are plugged in tight. Second, and this is the classic for a reason, reboot your router and modem. Just unplug them, count to 30, and plug them back in. And if that doesn't work, you can use a command like ping on your computer to send a little test signal out to a website. If you get a reply, you know your connection is actually working and the problem might be somewhere else. So there you have it. From a single pair of headphones to a global web of information, networks are the invisible architecture of our entire modern world. We've managed to connect pretty much the whole planet, so the only question left is, what are we going to connect next? Thanks for diving into this with me.